What's up, everybody? It's HBT with Straight Up Wrestling Show. And man, I'm going to do a show right here and I'm going to talk about something that used to, something that I used to do back in the day when I was growing up, collecting wrestling books, going back in the back. First thing I used to like to do when I would pick up a magazine called The Wrestler or Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Let's see, there was other ones called gosh, man. Let's see. The Wrestler, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, Wrestling Insider. There was a few different wrestling books that I did pick up and used to love to go and check out the official ratings. So basically, man, I'm going to do a show and I'm going to talk about the PWI official ratings from August of 2023. This year, this magazine just came out, I guess a couple weeks ago or whatever. But I just picked this up in a local grocery store, which kind of shocks me because I haven't seen these magazines in stores in a long time, man. I guess you have to actually, you actually have to subscribe to get this magazine. So I'm kind of shocked that I got it. So when they stopped having them in stores, man, is when I stopped collecting wrestling books, and pretty much I stopped collecting them when WCW went down, when there wasn't a lot of competition. I mean, the magazines kind of went down in my eyes, and when Bill Apter pretty much stopped being involved. And I know he did come back for a while, but I stopped picking up the magazines because in my eyes they just wasn't as good as they used to be. But I did pick this one up, and I was excited about it. I really haven't broke into it. I did go back and check out the official rankings because it's very interesting to check out the rankings of WWE Raw, WWE SmackDown, and AEW right now, how they are ranking this, especially in AEW, because still to this day, I don't think they have settled on the top 10. Basically a top 7 guys in AEW. Anytime you have a wrestling business, you have to settle on your top guys. You need to settle on your top 7 guys, and you need to settle on two top tag teams to pretty much carry your promotion. And in my eyes, I don't think they have done that. So I'm gonna go ahead and look at the eyes of Pro Wrestling Illustrated and see how they came up with these rankings. And I'm interested in the same thing with WWE. WWE has pretty much established it, but WWE is kind of rocky with that too. So let's see how they see this, and we'll talk about Impact's rankings too. I'm not gonna get into New Japan, Stardom, AAA, MLW, the Independents, knockouts. I'm gonna do heavyweight, women, tag teams. I'll do WWE, Raw, SmackDown, AEW, and Impact because those are the ones I are following a little. Mainly is AEW and WWE. But let's go ahead and start off with the Impact rankings, man. So we have the champion over there in Impact. This back ending, the period ending April 23rd, 2023. That was a while back. One thing I liked about the wrestling magazines back in the day, guys, you can look at the ratings and you can look at the storylines that was in the magazine and go back and you can look into a regional promotion, and it was pretty much the same way. They were still running that same storyline that was in those Apter magazines. That's what made the magazine so great, and that's what helped build wrestling. So I had much respect for the wrestling magazine because even though they was a little bit over a month behind, usually a month behind or a little bit more, they still, usually those promotions were still on that storyline, and that storyline was just dying out around the time you got that magazine. So much respect. And usually the champions were still the same, or those guys who's the champions in the magazine, they were still top contenders for those titles. So it was great, man. It was a great way to keep up with wrestling. Now, I mean, yes, you get more information on the internet, but how much of that information is retained? I think reading about it in print and having a physical copy is more important. I just think it it just brings you, it just helps your memory out better when you have that. We got so much information being thrown at us, not just a wrestling magazine. I mean, wrestling magazines or what's going on in wrestling. You got so much information thrown at you. You can't maintain all of it. You can't contain all of it in that box that's called your brain. But let's go ahead and talk about, like I say, Impact. We got Steve Macklin. He's the champion. Then we have Trey Miguel, number one. Josh Alexander, who was the champion not too long ago. He's ranked number 2. We have Joe Hendry, number 3. We have Kushida, number 4. And Kushida, very good wrestler, Japanese wrestler, very good. PCO from Montreal, Canada, comes in at number 5. Number 6, we have Eddie Edwards. Number 7, we have Frankie Kazarian, who I think is a very talented wrestler, and he was in AEW not too long ago. I would like to see him end up being the Impact World Champion. Man, this guy is very talented. Then we have Mike Bailey, another talented wrestler who can do a lot of damage, and hey, he definitely deserves to be in this top 10. Then we have Jonathan Gresham. He left AEW because AEW, he felt they was treating him wrong. When he lost that Ring of Honor Heavyweight Championship, he lost that title to Claudio Castagnoli, and Jonathan Gresham didn't like it. He up and just left. So man, but big ups to Jonathan Gresham sticking in into Impact, and hopefully he done moved up the ladder over at Impact. I haven't watched Impact in a while. I got to get back to watching that. Then we have Bully Ray, and we all know about Bully Ray and the things that he's done, and Bully Ray is still sticking in there with Impact. Now I'm gonna get into AEW, SmackDown, and WWE Raw, and I'm gonna talk about that more in detail. I wish they had NXT in this magazine, but I don't see NXT listed in here. But I was hoping they had NXT, because NXT is definitely worth talking about. As far as ratings, especially back in April. That's before we had the invasion of the main brand, and looked like NXT probably end up being on that brand. Being the third brand here soon. But they are a brand, and they deserve to be ranked too. But let's go ahead and look into WWE Raw, man. WWE Raw. They have Roman Reigns as the champion, which he is the Universal Champion. But hey, we got Roman Reigns is the champion on WWE Raw. You have Austin Theory, who's number 1. He's the United States Champion. So hey, why not put him number 1? Why not put him number 1? Number 2, Cody Rhodes. I definitely agree with that. I like that. Number 3, we have Seth Rollins, who just now won that World Championship. So you actually on WWE Raw, you need to put him number 1 after Roman Reigns, who's the Universal Champion. So definitely Seth Rollins need to be number 1. We have number 4, Bobby Lashley. Definitely put Bobby Lashley there. Put Seth Rollins number 1 right now. Right now, Seth Rollins number 1, Cody Rhodes, I got to say Austin Theory number 2, Cody Rhodes 3, Bobby Lashley 4. But this is their ranking from April 23rd, 2023. Austin Theory is number 1, Cody Rhodes 2, Seth Rollins is number 3, Bobby Lashley is number 4, Rey Mysterio is number 5. Bronson Reed is number 6. Number 7, Omos. Number 8, Finn Balor. Number 9, Dominic Mysterio. Number 10, Johnny Gargano. Guys, man, I will switch some things around. On this list, I don't know about Bronson Reed being number 6 and Omos being number 7. Now, Bronson Reed was climbing, but I will take him down, man. I will take him down. I'll put Finn Balor up there at 6, and maybe Dominic Mysterio at 7, and then take Bronson and put him at number 9 behind Johnny Gargano, who I will put Johnny Gargano as number 8, and then put Omos as number 10. But yeah, this whole thing, WWE Raw, I don't like what they have. I can understand that they haven't, they might have a little more insight on it or whatever, but I definitely don't see Omos being number 7. One of the top 7 guys over in WWE Raw in April of 2023. I didn't see that. I mean, I don't think that was going down. But hey, that was Pro Wrestling Illustrated's ratings there of WWE Raw. Let's talk about their rating of SmackDown. Of course, Roman Reigns is the champion, Universal Champion, and he's the the WWE Champion. So they definitely have him as the champion. Number one, we have Gunther. No doubt about it. Gunther is number one. He is the Intercontinental Champion. So number one, that right there in April, that was warranted. It. We have Drew McIntyre number two. Definitely, yeah, that right there. I have no problem with that. That's definitely factual, man. I mean, he was there at that time and he was active and he was the number two contender in my eyes. Now I don't know what's going on with him right now, but hopefully Drew McIntyre is getting everything ironed out with that contract, and he'll still be in. He still will be with the WWE. In my opinion, I don't think he should go anywhere else. Drew McIntyre definitely need to be in the big time. All right, then we had Sheamus number three. At that time, yes, I say Sheamus was number three on SmackDown. We have Solo Sikoa number four. No. Xavier Woods number five. No. LA Knight number six. LA Knight, no, not at that time. Number seven was Ricochet. I would take Ricochet and put him at number four. During this time, we have Ridge Holland at number 8. I would take Ridge Holland and put him at number 5. And then Santos Escobar, I would take Solo Sikoa and put him at number 6. Santos Escobar at number 7. Then I would go with Xavier Woods at number 8. Then they got Shinsuke Nakamura at number 10. I'll put him at number 9. Then I will put LA Knight at number 10. During this time, I know what LA Knight is doing. I know his momentum. I know his progression and what's going on. But at this time, LA Knight hadn't had a win, man, on WWE SmackDown. But he's definitely rising really fast right now. But let me go ahead and go over that top 10, guys, because I kind of like rearranged it to the way that I see it. Yes, let's go back. Champion Roman Reigns. He's the champion on SmackDown. Gunther is number 1. This is Pro Wrestling Illustrated ratings, guys. Number 2, they have Drew McIntyre. Number 3, they have Sheamus. Number 4, they got Solo Sikoa. Number 5, they have Xavier Woods. Number 6, they have LA Knight. Number 7, Ricochet. Number 8, Ridge Holland. Number 9, Santos Escobar. And number 10, Shinsuke Nakamura. Like I said, there's I would change that thing around. I definitely wouldn't have Solo Sikoa at number 4. Ricochet definitely would go to number 4, guys. And number 5, I would have at number 5, I would have had Santos Escobar. No, was it Ridge Holland at number 5? Okay, guys. Let's go over to AEW. Now, this right here, AEW is very interesting. Maybe they could take. I don't know. I do not know. I just know one thing about AEW. You do not know. I have no clue who's the top 7 guys over there. Tony Khan is good at switching this thing up, and when you think something is a set in stone, next thing you know, it's switching up, man. And he does this every 2 or 3 weeks. So who knows? But MJF is the champion over there. We definitely know that. They have Orange Cassidy. This is PWI's ratings. I'm just gonna go down the top 10, and from April 20th, 2023. MJF, AEW champion. That's who they got as the champion, of course. He's the champ. They have number 1, Orange Cassidy, who is, let's see, what title does Orange Cassidy have over there, guys? I forgot the name of it. All Atlantic champion, or it's something a little different now. I can't remember what it is. But Orange Cassidy, they have him at number 1. Number 2, they have Wardlow, who was the TNT TV champion. At the time, we have number 3, Powerhouse Hobbs. We have number 4, Darby Allin. We have number 5, Jon Moxley. We have number 6, Sammy Guevara. We have number 7, Adam Page. We have number 8, Jack Perry. We have number 9, Chris Jericho. We got number 10, Adam Cole. And guys, this whole thing needs to be changed around. Outside of MJF, he's the champ. If you ask me, Orange Cassidy, just because he's an All-Atlantic champion or whatever he is, he should not be number 1. The number 1 contender for MJF back in April. In my eyes, you should have put hey, I would say Jon Moxley was number 1. I will put Jon Moxley up there as number 1. I will put number 2, not Darby Allin. I'll put number 2, Adam Page. I'll put number 3. Number 3, I would have put Powerhouse Hobbs. I'll put Darby Allin number 4 at that time. And I would take Orange Cassidy, put him I'll take Wardlow, put him at number 5, put Orange Cassidy at number 6. And then at number 7, I will have Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Number 8, I will put Chris Jericho. Number 9, at that time, I would have put, let's see, who do we have left? I would put Sammy Guevara, and then number 10, I would have put Adam Cole. That's what I would have done. I would have rearranged the whole set of these rankings back then. It would have been something totally different, man, than what they have. But yeah, I definitely disagree with their ranking. So, wow. It's just flat out crazy, man. It's flat crazy. But let's go over to the tag teams, man. Let's go over to these tag teams. So, hey, we are moving along. The tag teams, guys, they have tag teams. They have the WWE Unified Tag Team Champions, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. This is PWI's official ratings, guys, from April 23rd, 2023. They had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, number one. Then number two, they had Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis. They was the IWGP New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Tag Champs. Then we have Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood, who was the AEW World Tag Team Champs. Number four, we have Ace Austin and Chris Bay. They was the Impact Revolver Tag Team Champs at the time. Then they put number five, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Number six, they had Beastie 666 and Micha Wolf. The NWA TNT Tag Champs. And then we had number 7, Killian King and Taylor Wilde. Number 8, they had Angel D'Orio and Nabila Raja. Then number 9, they had Mizuki and Yuka Sasaki. And number 10, they had Karo Nasasupi and Sorora Anu. And look, man, my whole thing with this tag team division, I wouldn't put women in there with men. I wouldn't have done that. It's kind of lazy if you ask me. And I understand there's not a whole bunch of tag teams, but in wrestling, even if you have to go to the indies to add more men's tag teams, you have those tag teams separate than the women. I mean, that's just my opinion. And at that time, I would say Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is the champs, man. Keeping them at number one. I would have put Cash and Dax at number 2. Then I would have put Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis at number 3. Then I would have had let's see, Ace Austin and Chris Bay. Okay, and then I would have went ahead and went down the list. Go ahead and keep Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, even though they're females, and I would have went down the list and kept everything as the same. Beastie 666 and Micha Wolf, Killian King number 7, and Tyler Wilde. Then number 8, Angel D'Orio and Nibala Raja. Number 9, Mizuki and Yuka Sasaki. And number 10, Karo Nasasupi and Sorora Anu. I would have kept it like that. You might as well just go ahead and keep it like that. But they had the women top 10 on April 23rd, 2023. And this is a tricky one right here. They had the women's top 10. They had Bianca Belair at number 1. They had Tam Nakano at number 2. Then they had Deonna Purrazzo number 3. And then number 4, they had Mayu and Iwatanana. And then they had at number 5, they had Rhea Ripley. I might, butcher some of these names, man. Number 6, they had Jamie Hayter. Number 7, they had Mizuki. Number 8, Indy Hartwell. Number 9, Jade Cargill. Number 10, Camille. I definitely would have had Bianca Belair. She was rocking at this time as number 1. At number 2, I would have kept it at Tam Nakano. Number 3, I can see Rhea Ripley, Deonna Purrazzo. I definitely can see keeping her right there. Then number 4, I would have put Jamie Hayter there. Number 5, I would have put Mayu Iwatani. Then number 6, I would have put Rhea Ripley. And then you can finish off with number 7, Mizuki. I would put number 8, Jade Cargill. I would put number 9, Indy Hartwell. Then number 10, it would have been Camille. So I would have switched that whole thing up, guys. All right. Then we let's go ahead to the man rankings on the top 10. This is what PWI official rankings had on April 23rd, 2023. This is not my rankings, but I might end up switching it up, man. Roman Reigns was number 1. They had number 2, Sonata out of Nagoya, Japan. He was the IWGP World Champion. Number 3, they had Hijo del Vikingo. He's the Triple A champion out of Mexico. Number 4, we had Jack Lee, who's the GHC heavyweight champion. Number 5, we have MJF. Number 6, we got Steve Macklin. At number 7, they have Orange Cassidy. Yeah, the All Atlantic champion. So I was right on that. Number 8, they have Gunther. who's the WWE Intercontinental Champion. Number 9, I have Alex Hammerstone. Number 10, Tyrus. I would change this whole thing around. Number 1, I would have Roman Reigns, and then I would have Sonata. Number 2, I would have put Gunther as the number 3 wrestler in the business at that time. Then I would have put Hijo Del Kingo, the Triple A champion. And then number 5, I would have went ahead and put, I think right after that, MJF. Then number 6, I would have went with Steve Macklin. Then number 7, I think I would have went with Tyrus. Number 8, Alex Hammerstone. Number 9, MJF. And then number 10 would have been Orange Cassidy. I think I might be missing somebody, but Jake Lee definitely in that top 10 somewhere. But guys, I appreciate each and every one of you joining the Straight Up Wrestling Show to check out this audio podcast. If you like what you heard, definitely hit that like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, ding, 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 so you know when we're on like times like these. Chris and I will be back tomorrow, man, to rock out something. But right now, hey, I'm just leaving you with this audio podcast. Man, I enjoyed this, and I will talk to you guys later. Stay straight up. Peace.